At a public pool in Florida, a stranger picked up a family's infant, a baby who could not swim, and threw him into the water. No warning, no permission. She called it fun.
I opened the gate and the lady's sitting there holding a baby and she's, in tears. She's just bawling. I'm like, ma'am, is everything all right? And she's like, no, this lady picked up my baby and just threw him in the water. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, do you know her? Like, no. I'm like, can your baby swim? She's like, no, my baby's a baby. She just picked him up and threw him with no regard. I'm like, that seems weird. The lady in question was actually talking to my 10-year-old. My son walks up to me and I'm like, hey man, is everything okay? She's like, no, the lady took Kai's goggles and she kind of threw him in the deep end. So I just asked her politely, I said, hey man, will you go get those goggles? My son can't swim. Oh, he can swim. I'm like, no ma'am, he can't. I'm his dad. I wouldn't know if he could swim or not. She grabbed him, she took him, and she threw him out of the pool across the field, and she's like, you go get him. I'm like, okay. We go to leave, she gets out the pool, she kind of gets up in my face. She's like, I don't see what the problem is. I'm like, you don't see what the problem is? Picking up a complete stranger's baby and throwing him into the pool? She's like, well, he ain't complaining. I'm like, the baby? So then she tried to touch me, like, man, please don't touch me. So then she went back to the pool, and just as she was walking back in, that's when the deputy showed up and, hey, what's up, man? I like your hair. Let's start there.
There's a woman, she's like, I don't know, you'll see her, but she's off her rocker, or she's drunk.
He was sitting on the steps, and she picked him up and tossed him in the pool.
She tossed your kid in the pool?
She's basically
no
weird,
idea how to
being
swim.
Weird, annoying us, but we were being nice to her, and then she was like,
she came and sat down by him, he was sitting, took him and tossed him into the pool. And then she admitted it and said it doesn't matter. He wasn't upset. He doesn't seem to care.
I'd said, man, please go over there, leave us alone. And she just kept.
She's like, I was thrown in the pool and I'm fine. I really touched other people's kids.
Okay. So she was throwing her kids in the pool.
Okay. Without consent?
Without consent. Would you want to press charges for her throwing your kid in the pool?
I mean, I don't really care, but I care.
I just want to know if she lives here.
I just don't want her to know.
But we think there might be some mental instability.
Yeah, we'll evaluate her for that.
So you guys wouldn't want to press charges? You just kind of...
I don't think so.
Alright, I'll go talk to her. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
So what's going on today?
Yeah. You might want to get their story, or did you get that already?
I talked to them a little bit, but now I'm just trying to get your side of the story.
Well, I'm heading home. You want to meet me at my house?
No, we could just talk right here.
All right, what do you got to say? What do you want to ask?
I just want to know what's going on.
What do you mean what's going on? I don't know what's going on. What do you tell me?
All right, let me give you the information I have, and then we'll see if you could help me piece together everything, right? So basically, they're saying that without permission...
Like wrong? Is that a law against that?
Yeah, well, you can't grab...
You can't just grab somebody's random child and without them.
I didn't do it with bad intentions. Because you had bad intentions, maybe we could have something happening.
Okay, but you can't grab other people's children and throw them in, especially an infant, and throw them in the water.
What do we do now? Do we lock me up in jail? Throw me away?
Well, I want you to explain what's going on a little bit more, because
there's really no explanation.
You understand?
I don't have anything to explain.
I mean, so you don't know why you did that?
Well, for fun.
For fun, but it's not your child.
No, is okay with that?
Actually, no, I didn't actually get pre-permission. Did you get permission from your parent to come out here today and talk to me?
I did, actually.
Well, you did? Oh, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, see?
But this is my
job.
job.
My gosh, you know.
But I'm a grown man.
Oh my God, you broke the law.
But I'm a grown man.
But there's law
I'm not grabbing other kids. I'm not grabbing other people. Can I speak?
Wait, is there a law?
So there is a law. It's called battery, right? You committed battery against the infant.
So lock me up?
Okay, ma'am. How about this? Do you have your ID on you? Can we start that? I don't know.
No,
I don't know what your name is.
I do not have my
Okay, what's your name then?
Eileen.
Eileen, how do you spell that, Eileen?
I spell Eileen E-I-L-E-E-N.
My kids in the pool.
Random kids? Like
My baby in the pool. He was sitting on the steps. She came over and chucked him in the pool.
So she at least put her hands on your kids against your will and kids' will. Could be simple battery, it could be child abuse. Are you interested in pursuing charges against her for it? Or do you want to just evaluate her and make sure something's
I just want to get out of here, not know who we are.
Okay. And the kid, and he's good?
He's okay, yeah. Luckily I was in the pool with him. But he was very confused.
I think she was just mentally unstable, so she thought it was funny, or I don't know.
Did y'all do the swim lessons with him where they know?
We're in it right now.
Oh, good. Thank God. Hang tight for me.
You know what? Do we really have to do this? This is crazy. Talk to them a little more. I mean, I don't think that they have...
Eileen, what's your last name, Eileen?
You know what? I'm sorry. I don't really think they have a complaint.
Eileen, what's your last name?
Complaint. You really want to do this?
Eileen, what's your last name?
It is... You.
That's it?
Bar.
You have a middle name, Eileen?
Yeah, Yeah, I do. Do you?
I do. What's your middle name?
Why?
What's your middle name?
Why do you want to know it?
I need to know it to identify
Why?
you.
Oh, well, you know what? You know.
Ma'am, look, I'm Sergeant Cavis with the Sheriff's Office. I'm one of the supervisors. You put your hand on a kid against their will. That is a crime in this state.
I did not know.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
Thank you,
Give me your
folks. Look what you're doing. Look what you've done.
No, ma'am, you did this yourself. They didn't even want to press charges, but we got to identify you. So you're at least going to jail for resisting now? You want to play games? This is what you get, okay? Let's go. Take her to the car.
The father's account is straightforward. His infant was thrown without consent, and his 10-year-old's goggles were seized and hurled across a field when he asked for them back. Under Florida Statute Section 784.03, unconsented touching is battery. Under Section 827.03, endangering a child is child abuse. Both statutes apply here. Battery does not require injury. It requires only intent and the absence of consent. When the victim is an infant and the act is throwing them into water they cannot swim in, Section 827.03 child abuse compounds the charge. When given a chance to explain, Eileen's answer is her own undoing. She admits the act, claims no bad intentions, then says, for fun. Motive is irrelevant under battery law. What matters is consent. She confirmed on camera she had none. That admission is significant. She intended the act. She had no consent. Under Florida law, that is all that is required. This is not a defense, it is a confession. Eileen refuses to give her last name, citing no law requiring it, and she's partially right. Florida has no mandatory stop and identify statute. However, Florida Statute Section 843.02 criminalizes obstructing an officer during a lawful investigation. Refusing cooperation while a battery investigation is active crosses that line.
Keep walking, come on. Going back here. Have a seat.
Have a seat, ma'am.
Sit.
I'm sitting.
You have to put your legs
I don't want to get in this
You're
car.
going all the way in the car.
I do not want to get in this
Going all the way in the
car.
car.
You know this. I don't want to get in this car.
Okay. And I don't want to come to work some days, but I still do.
Well, you
Slide in
don't
the-
have to do it. You know what? You don't. What do you do it for? Why do you come work?
to protect the little kids like that.
Oh, you know what? He was not.
All right, I'll pull her in.
He was not in danger. He was not in danger.
I got it.
Spare tire.
You have your camera on?
Yeah, it should be. Hey, did you see what happened over here?
I caught the tail end of it. My 16-year-old and my 10-year-old were here.
Okay.
And when I walked up, my 16-year-old said, hey, she took our goggles and just threw them.
She took y'all the goggles too?
Yeah, just threw them. And I said, man, when you grab my son's goggles, well, he can get them himself. I said, well, he can't swim. That's why he's in the shallow end.
Okay.
She's like, oh, he can't swim. I'm like, no, ma'am.
Okay.
People suck here. This is so f***ing wrong.
Hey, we're to Georgia.
And she just kind of got up in everybody's face. Just being
Okay.
man. I thought
Okay,
she was mentally unstable or something like that.
I think that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
It might fit the statute for robbery by sudden snatching, by her taking the goggles and chucking them, depriving him of his property. Are you interested in pursuing charges for that, or do you want to just see if we get her evaluated?
Okay. Get her some help and get her away from my kids.
Okay.
Nowhere to be found.
050.
So wrong. Hey, excuse me. Let me out of here, please. Please unlock my door. I'd like to get out of here, please.
So they don't want to pursue charges for the battery. We can do resisting because she wants to play games with the. We're doing an investigation. Yeah. And she's resisting, so we can at least hit her with that.
Hey.
All right, Eileen.
Let me out of here, please.
Nope. So you are you're being arrested for resisting without violence. Okay.
And what will be the great outcome about this all? What is the purpose of it all?
Because you committed a crime.
What is the crime?
Resisting without violence.
What's the other crime? Is there no other crime?
That's the only crime.
Why is that a crime? Why is that a crime, sir?
Because it's Florida State
what?
statute.
You don't exactly tell me why. I don't know that's a crime. Tell me why you think it's a crime.
I mean, is there anybody that lives with you that can pick up your bike?
You know what? Why can you tell me why it is a crime to resist without violence? Can you tell me why?
All right.
What?
We just gotta switch handcuffs.
Turn around. I'm gonna put my.
I'll turn around. Okay. My handcuffs. Your handcuffs are on me already.
We're gonna put his handcuffs on you. I'm gonna take.
Why?
Because I want my handcuffs back. Because I'm gonna be taking you. These are his handcuffs. All right. All right.
Hey, do you folks really think who's complaining here? Why am I doing what?
Oh, you're going to jail for resisting us.
For resisting what? I didn't resist anything.
Investigation. So.
You know what? Of course I wouldn't resist. Why should I agree to this? I'm not agreeing to this.
All right. Yeah, have a good one now.
A good at what? A good what? What do you mean have a good what at?
A good day. I want you to have a good
I'm not having a good day, sir.
Yeah, stop moving.
If you want me to have a good day, you shouldn't not let your buddy put these other cuffs on me.
Okay. All right.
How can anyone have a good day putting it
in the car? Back into the car. Come on, get back in the car.
I don't want to do this.
Okay. You don't have to.
I am resisting. Let me know. I am resisting this arrest. I want you to know that. I am resisting.
I know you are. All right, we're just gonna leave your bike here since you don't want to.
I am resisting this arrest. I want you to know that. And my bike is here, fine. I'm not worried about it because I live in a good, safe neighborhood and it's gonna be just fine. Just leave it. Take me to fucking jail if you have to, you asshole. I am resisting this arrest, yes. Put that.
Sergeant Cavis places Eileen under arrest for resisting without violence. Her response is remarkable. She declares out loud on camera, "I am resisting this arrest." She believed announcing it would cancel the charge. It does not. Section 843.02 does not require resistance to be silent. The resisting charge arrives only after the family declines to press battery charges. That timing is worth scrutiny. The charge is legally defensible. She did obstruct the investigation. But using obstruction as a fallback after the primary offense loses its complainant is a tactic that invites legitimate due process criticism. Multiple witnesses describe Eileen as mentally unstable, and that observation matters. Florida's Baker Act, Chapter 394, allows involuntary psychiatric evaluation of anyone believed to be a danger to themselves or others. Given the infant incident and her behavior throughout, a Baker Act evaluation is the most appropriate outcome here. Lessons learned. For citizens, at a public pool, touching someone else's child without parental consent is battery under Florida law, regardless of intent. Refusing to cooperate with an active criminal investigation does not protect you. It creates a second, separate charge. Know the difference between declining to answer and obstructing a lawful investigation. For law enforcement, when a complainant declines to press charges, the justification for any alternative arrest must be documented clearly and contemporaneously on camera. A vague reference to playing games is not a sufficient on-record basis for a resisting charge. Precise, articulated reasoning protects both the officer and the arrest from challenge. Was the resisting charge justified or overreach after the battery fell through? Let us know in the comments. Check out Audit the Court for more police interaction and courtroom analysis. Thank you for watching.
Delta 214.
So you can't charge me with resisting arrest because I'm not resisting this arrest. So just leave me right here, Why bother going through all this bullshit? I resist this arrest. You understand, sir? Hey, you know what? On the way to the lockup, can you stop by my house? It's right around the corner, and let my husband know if he's probably aware already. But let's just do this. Right around the corner, sir.
You're not stopping anywhere besides the jail.
Oh, fine. And then what do I do there? Get a phone call to call him and let him know? Duh. What do I do at the jail, sir? What do I do? Sit there for what? How long? Whatever. You know what? Maybe you should have this done to you someday. And then, you know what? I'm sure you would quit your f***ing job. You wouldn't do do this to others.
I don't commit crimes.
Well, you know what? I didn't commit a crime either, sir. But you're committing one right now. It's called kidnapping. Holding somebody against their will. That's what it is, and that should be a crime. And if it's not, then whatever.